What's up guys, Bloodshed here, and today I want to share two of my favorite Monk Lan Legacy of Nightmare builds for Diablo 3 patch 265 and season 17. Now the first one I want to share is this badass LTK build, man. I would say LTK is back. I don't think it'll be competitive with the Lan Wave of Light version, which is the second build we're going to showcase here, but it's kind of close. And you know me, I like my non-meta builds. The thing about this build that really got me going, man, is just so much fun to play and lining up the fireballs with the elites. And when you're flying dragon procs, you have this like just psycho Lan propeller, like this kicking propeller attack. It's so much fun, man. One of the things to note about the two builds also between Lan LTK and Lan Wave of Light is there's similar gear paths other than like the weapons. There's a few differences, but a lot of the stuff is the same. Like both of the clips you'll see here have a 1500 Paragon, no augments whatsoever. And obviously ancient gear for the effect, right? For the Legacy of Nightmares effect. So if you don't know, this is only going to be usable in a Legacy of Nightmares season, which is going to be season 17. So you have the ring effect without wearing the rings, right? So all the ancients get boosted by 750 in this current era. I've been playing testing builds all week. Playing LTK last night inspired me to start with Monk and really kick off the series, man. Pun intended. I'll mostly probably use LTK for either bounties or T16 since it dominates both areas of the game, and use Wave of Light for pushing. But I might just, main Wave of Light for pushing. I do, like I said, like non-meta play styles a lot. And it's all about having fun, right? Now, both builds will be in the description. I have full Diablo 3 planner links on everything, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, I'll link a website with all my builds for the season down below. So all the information is there. And let me show you the Wave of Light version of the build, which is even stronger. So the Wave of Light version is probably going to be the push build that people play here in season 17. It's insanely strong, man. You get the Zodiac, you get everything you always wanted in a Wave of Light build, and it just feels, the controls feel even better than ever before. Like you get the Swampland Pants, and you get the Mage Fist, you get the Cinder Coat, you get Lefebvre's for more damage reduction. You get everything you always wanted with the T16. You can use both of these builds. Like I said, in T16, they work great. We tested them in bounties. Both builds work great. Both builds were great for pushing. Even, again, 1500 Paragon, no augments. Makes our main stat around 11,000, which is not too hard to get to whatsoever. Super fun. No need to keep up any pesky set bonuses like Sun Wukong stacks or have to carry the pets like if you don't want to with Innas or anything like that. So much freedom with these Lan builds. I love it, man. I can't wait to get the season started off right. All right, so let's talk about the nitty gritty a little bit. So this is the Lan LTK push variation. And again, we're gonna include a T13 variation and a bounty variation for you guys. Written guide in the description down below. So this is PTR week. So we've made like 50 builds this week. And if this is not the best, we're going to keep testing. And if this is not the best setup, we will definitely update the builds. I'll keep all my builds updated throughout the entire life cycle of the season, right? So the helmet's super important. We only had 1129 out of 1400. So every time you kick, you throw this fireball. It does crazy damage. Like we went and killed all the bounty bosses just by using the fireball on T16. Actually insane damage. I would imagine if you use Zays with it, you can make some really fun, crazy builds. And yeah, you can turn yourself into a little ranged LTK. Here, I'll show you. Let me zoom out. Right? This actually kills like bounty bosses and all kinds of stuff. I'm sure it can be optimized even further. I definitely considered using Zays in the build a lot, but this is my favorite version of the push so far. Laws of Seth gives us tons of resource back. Obviously, you need a Scarbringer for optimal DPS, and Rabid Strike is gonna mimic your spenders when you have Epiphany active. It's really good stuff. Riviera Dancers are a no-brainer. You get faster LTKs and more damage. Ours was off cap here. We're pulling things in, so strong arms would be a good choice, but there's a lot of different bracers. The thing with Lan is there isn't infinite combos, but there's a lot of different combos, a lot of different ways you can go with the builds, and it makes every piece really interesting. You know, we actually do have one dexterity augment here that slipped in. Hey, no slipping in. But yeah, we got one dex augment, I guess. And Hellfire Amulet, Exalted Soul. There's no fire damage on here, so it's harder to optimize, but it's easier to play. Like, so with Lann, you don't have to worry about the Endless Walk set. You don't have to worry about Focus and Restraint. You don't have to worry about any set bonuses to maintain. So it's almost less mechanically and more focused on the build itself. So it's kind of cool because it's an interesting trade-off. You know, normally we have to keep up the Tal Rasha set and, you know, Focus and Restraint, all this stuff or whatever. But now we just focus on the build and really the inner workings of your character. And I like both play styles, but it's nice to have a change of pace. Here's the actual build itself. Basically, we're focused a lot on cooldown, area damage. We have a lot of attack speed from Flying Dragon. A chance to double your attack speed. You know, sometimes you see that like propeller effect, and Seize the Initiative is going to give us a lot of attack speed in the beginning, and that's going to help proc Flying Dragon also. So there's just times when you hit this like crazy woo like that, you know, you hit this wild spinning propeller wave, and that's basically what you want to get into. So you do the optimal DPS, and you know it's gonna get your resource back. Mantra of agility is nice. We need more cooldown and area damage everywhere. Harmony is good for pushing, but like let's say for T13 you wouldn't need Harmony to survive because you're using the boon and Avarice to stay alive. So then you would use Momentum to get more damage. You would change things a little bit more, like we can drop Rabid Strike for Ingiam, right? For more utility, so we can constantly teleport, and then obviously we need the boon and stuff like that. And then the bounty build will require other things as well. Since you're traveling a lot more, you don't need certain things. I like actually bringing Stricken for bounties because it does kill the Rift Guardian or the bounty boss a lot easier. But yeah, like gameplay wise, only thing you need to really worry about is spamming LTK on an elite. Like let's say Dank Meme right here, he's the PTR vendor. Let's say you're killing him, just make sure your fireballs hit him, right? You want to line up your fireballs so they actually hit your target. You want to hit them with Blinding Flash. I experimented with Relentless Assault since they take 20% more damage if they're blind, frozen, or stunned, and we're blinding right here. I don't really like it because Seize is just too good to get into that early attack speed when you're kicking the mobs. So yeah, just make sure the fireballs are hitting the target that's most important. Almost like an Impaled Demon Hunter, you want to hit the target that's most important. You want to make sure you use Blinding Flash. You can keep up Epiphany. You can do that by having at least 56% cooldown. We have more than enough here. And that's basically it. You know, you want to use Cyclone Strike every 5 seconds, you know, to get your damage reduction. It's a pretty straightforward with the Lann builds. It's mostly about the inner workings, you know, of how you're building. So you will have to have a Witch Doctor give you some Swamplands so you can re-roll them to fire damage, and then you would roll your main stat off. When you re-roll Swamplands, you always get intelligence. So you just have to land some fire with 2 sockets, and then you can put main stat on them like that. We did a GR100 with 1,000 Paragon, but I really wanted to showcase the build with something like, you know, around 11 to 12,000 main stat. I thought it would really kind of showcase how powerful it can be if you were to push and add some, you know, put some work into your character and do a little bit of effort. Okay, so this is the Lann Wave of Light version, and you can see there's a lot of similarities, like with Lefebvre, Mage Fizz, Cindercoat, Swamplands, and right, Zodiac Ring, COE. You know, like a lot of this stuff is similar. So one thing that really excites me, and one reason why I even paired the builds together in one video, is you can gear them both out, and no matter what weapon you get, you can go that direction. You can use one to farm with, like you can use LTK for keys, and you can use Wave of Light for pushing, or whatever you want, right? And you can almost augment 2 at the same time, so you can try out 2 different playstyles and see what you like. So obviously Pinno's Pride buffs Wave of Light. Karashiro's Blade is going to buff Wave of Light. Rabid Strike also mimics your spender just like it did with LTK. Witching Hour increases our attack speed, increases our DPS just like it does with both builds as well. We are using Kryn's Gaze. It allows us to cast a ranged Wave of Light. So yeah, man, everything is pretty straightforward. The gameplay for Lann Wave of Light is you want to hit Implosion, right? And it kind of pulls all the enemies to you. And then I jump out, usually to an Oculus Ring. you get distance, and then you start casting Wave of Light. You could probably saw in the gameplay video, right? So every 5 seconds I jump in and I jump out, and I jump in and jump out again. And that's basically how I play it to get benefit of Zay's and Lefebvre's all in one. This build's absolutely crushing it on the leaderboard. Binding of the Lesser Gods is insane. The Enforcer gem does affect your Rabid Strike. You create that clone. It does affect that, but I found Zay's to be more damage, so I use Zay's Stone of Vengeance instead of Enforcer. But maybe for speeds, or maybe you mix it in with some LTK variation. There's a lot of possibilities. You can see I'm using a Traveler's Pledge for the fire and the double crit. I actually don't have a good amulet, and since I don't really need the extra Exalted Soul that I needed with LTK, because Wave of Light doesn't attack that fast, right? There's no propellers. It's a little bit more methodical and controlled, right? Still a lot of chaos, but I didn't need that Hellfire, so I decided to go with just a good double crit fire amulet with the build itself. For T16, same concept. You would, swap in Avarice, Boon of the Hoarder, Gold Wrap, and that would be your survivability. You can go back to like Momentum and more utility like Annihilation is going to give you movement speed on both builds. Same thing with Wave of Light. You want about 56% cooldown. This is a little lower, but we have, it's fine. 50 to 56% is a nice area to hit. And we have Zodiac Ring. So as we're using spenders, we're getting cooldown on our other abilities. I'm going to look into some other builds today on stream, like the probably Tempest Rush and things like that. And we'll see if there's any other combos. I'll make videos if any kind of results come from it. So Diablo fans shut down. Unfortunately, it was my favorite website, but I need somewhere to put my builds. I've been getting asked ad nauseum every day on stream. So I decided to use my Patreon page as a website, right? It's super easy. I already have it. I can just put them on the front page. The builds are going to be free for everybody. There's no like exclusive content. Like if you want to support, that's cool, but it's just there, right? And so all my builds will be there, the links for everything, the videos, the written guides. It's just one nice centralized location. I have so many videos. I do a lot of Let's Plays. It can get confusing. So also make sure to follow me at twitch.tv/bloodshed. We stream there 5 to 6 days a week. I'm trying some new things with my schedule, but I'm always going to be live Monday through Friday. And that's going to be all for me today. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.